Hi guys. I know it's a little late, but Happy New Year. 2026 is here, and I just thought I'll make a video with my plans and challenges and all that kind of stuff for the next year in my reading journey, just in case you're interested. So this year, I am determined. I have some plans to read and catch up on some stuff. I will be buying less books, going more through my physical TBR. The books that's on my shelf. And also last year I started my journey with a Stephen King bibliography, so I really wanted to kind of get into his books and check it out and what's all the fuss is about, and if I'm gonna like it. I wanted to kind of go through it. There are so many though. I did some research, and it looks like we have like a few mini universes within his books, and that are like connected to each other. So I had to go like in deep research mode without trying to spoiler myself, and make a little like schematic, maybe like a map of like how to read these books. And I have like it in my reading journal. I don't know if you can see, we have like a little all the books he wrote as Richard Bachman under the pseudonym. Then we have the Holly Gibney series, all the books that's connected to that character. We have everything that's like set in Derry, and then there's another set of books that's set in Castle Rock. And we have the Dark Tower universe, which is like his fantasy series of Dark Tower, but there's a few more books that's also connected to this universe. And like, again, you have to kind of read it in order. Maybe you don't have to, but I am very OCD when it comes to reading order. That's why in the debate of Throne of Glass, you are reading Assassin's Blade third, and I don't want to hear anything else. Same with the Hunger Games. All the prequels you read after the original trilogy, because that's how they're written, and that's how they are intended to be read, because they're written with everything in mind that we already know, to expand on that past and bring some new information. If we already know that past, we cannot discover that past in the original books. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean? It's supposed to be a mystery in the first book that we discover slowly, and then we get a prequel that kind of elaborates on that mystery that we just discovered, and we want to know more. You know, so the same is with like Stephen King, because like some of their books spoiler in some other books, and I have to be like really careful with that. So I think I'm gonna go, like, I actually just started reading Carrie, which is his first published book, so I'm kind of going a little bit in order, right? And I have like all his novels in order of the publication, so just kind of to reference that. We'll see how that works for me. Hopefully good. And I already finished a few of his books, newer ones. Again, it was before I knew like how largely connected some of his books are, because when I read the 11/22/63, I want to say it was the date of the Kennedy assassination, right? I did not even get the reference to the Derry and it when I first read it. Like, it kind of clicked with me afterwards. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Derry, why is it in Derry? Like, I just read about Derry in, like, in the 11/22/63. It was like small reference, thankfully, and I did watch the movie before that, but a while ago, so like I barely remember any names or anything, so it didn't click for me that he met the characters from it in that Derry. So that was like kind of big, and they were talking about like the serial killer, and I was like, what is the serial killer talk? Like, it's kind of random, but it wasn't random apparently. So now I'm being like extra careful. So I'm also just trying to read more, and I am wanting to put down books more that I'm not enjoying, which I'm struggling still with. I have to finish it, because then it's gonna be bugging me because I didn't finish it. But I think starting like last year, it's been a little bit easier, because I did manage to put down pretty early some books that I was really not enjoying, and you know what? I don't have regrets. I'm happy. So I got to read something else that I was enjoying much, much more, and that brought me more happiness, I guess. And even if it was like a sad book that made me emotional or whatever, but I wasn't wasting my time on the books I did not enjoy. And the ones that I did not enjoy, it takes me longer to read because I don't want to pick it up again. And then, but I'm not reading other books in the meantime either because I want to finish this one first. Like, I rarely read few books at the time, like at the same time, because I just kind of tend to get into one universe and then move on to something else, unless it's like different kind of formats. Like sometimes, like lots of times I would read like one audiobook at the same time, one physical book, and like maybe one ebook. Depends on the situation I'm in, or like where am I at, like circumstances, whatever, or just the mood. And sometimes, like, if I like it, I would get so into it that I'm gonna put aside all the other ones that I was reading to pick it up later after I like just go through this one that I'm enjoying the most, I guess. Let me know if you, like me, struggling with putting down books that you don't enjoy and how you deal with that, because I really like some pointers. Okay. I do have a lot of YA books that's like still sitting there, and I can't get to it, which because I'm not reading a lot of YA anymore. A little bit here and there, but I do need to get through my physical TBR and like free up some space from that, because I do want to like my shelves to represent my taste a little bit better at this stage of my life, and I just kind of want to read them already, so they don't bother me on my shelf. Plus, there's still though like a lot of them that I like really wanted to read, and I still do want to read. So I think if I'll make it more structured and more organized, it just make it easier for me to like do. So I decided for this year I'm gonna try this new thing where I pick out my TBR. Even though I'm a huge mood reader, so that kind of like planning usually don't work for me. But I decided, so this year I am still gonna be picking up by mood, but I do want to go through my YA catalog. Let's call it that, at least a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I have put all my YA titles in this little randomized wheel picker, and for every month, I'm gonna choose at least one YA book to read. Maybe I'll read more. Maybe I'll read some different ones. I think it will help me to do that. I tried it out like off camera for my January, but I ended up not reading any of them. But hopefully February will be better for that. Let's see. I'm gonna be capturing video from my iPad, which is like the first time I'm doing this. I don't know. I downloaded this new app and we're gonna try it out. Okay, so my screen recording doesn't work for my iPad, so we're just gonna do it like this way. Can you see? I don't know. We'll just do it that way for now, and maybe next time I figure this whole thing out. So I have like a little spin wheel here with all my titles, and I'm thinking I'm gonna pick out like 4 options for me, because still I am too much of a mood reader to just let it pick for me. Or maybe I should do that. Maybe it will force me to read something. No, let's do some options for me for now, and I'm gonna pick out one of them, maybe 2, depends on my mood. Here it goes, the first one. Oh, am I doing light? Let's see what it picks. And we have The Devouring Grey. Okay. The Devouring Grey. To be frank with you, I don't even remember what it's this about. I remember it being pretty popular when it came out. It's by Christine Lynn Herman. Okay. Branches and stones, daggers and bones. They locked the beast away. Okay. So some fantasy, I think some portal fantasy, maybe? Honestly, could not tell you what this book is about because I do not remember. I bought it so long ago and it's been sitting on my shelf for so long. And well, maybe it will force me to finally read it. Let's see what else the wheel has for me. Okay, done. Oh my gosh, this ring light is bugging me. Okay, so we have The Unspoken Name. Probably should have put the authors here because, like, I don't freaking remember the authors. Oh my god. It's been so long I forgot what they look like. A.K. Larcourt, The Unspoken Name. Again, gonna tell you what this book is about because I do not remember. I just remember I kind of picked it on a whim at the book outlet when I was like browsing online. Let's see. And so begins an epic journey of an orc priestess sentenced to die who escapes her fate only to become an assassin for the sorcerer who rescued her. Classic fantasy here for me, so we'll see. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see here. And spin. Okay. And I darken. Okay, that is Kirsten White. This is a trilogy, I believe. Well, I have 3 books of this series, so I believe it's a trilogy. By Kristen White. I think it's like a historical fantasy. Something about the young queen. I don't remember much of the premise, but this was kind of the gist of it. And I remember when I bought it, I was kind of in the mood for something like that. But by the time I kind of got to it, I was not in the mood anymore. And it's been sitting on my shelf ever since. I do like Kirsten White's writing. I did want to, like, I keep looking at it and wanted to get to it eventually. So maybe this is the moment. But so far, nothing that I'm like extra excited for. Dare I say? Maybe the last one will give me like a push. Okay, let's see. The last option. I have to pick something from them. The Guinevere Deception. I have no desire of reading that at the moment, but I believe it's also Kristen. So this is also Kirsten White. This is a retelling of Arthur from the POV of Guinevere, and I'm assuming reimagining of the story of King Arthur and Excalibur and all that legend stuff, right? So the Camelot. Actually, while I've been talking about it, it did kind of make me host like maybe it's something I should read. But I do have like another retelling here of Arthur by Lev Grossman, the author of The Magicians, and that is his new book that I've been very excited about. Ironically, so I'm thinking like if I am gonna pick up something of Arthurian, it's probably gonna be that book rather than this one. It is a series as well, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to start a series that I do not want to finish. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe the fancy strikes me and I actually pick up this book. And so this is my TBR options. Can't say I'm excited to read any of it at the moment, but maybe something strikes in the back of my mind at some point in February, and I am gonna read one of them. I think at the moment, the most likely option probably will be And I Darken. Something a little bit more. I feel like it's a little bit more mature of the options. But maybe I'll go for Unspoken Name, or maybe I'll just do Devouring Grey because it's like the smallest. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will update you on how it's going with my challenges, and hopefully one of these will show up in my February wrap-up video. And let me know if you read any of these and if you want to recommend me what to start with and what to pick this month of these 4. I will be eternally grateful because none of these kind of jump out to me at the moment. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. As I said, I would love a recommendation on what to start with. Thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video.